The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened. I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble and gentle, humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy and my burden light." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Dear brothers and sisters, good morning.
Good morning, Father.
Among the most consoling words we have heard from the Gospel, from Jesus, is the Gospel today, which is from chapter 11, verses 28 to 30 of the Gospel of Matthew. "Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, I will give you rest." Halik kayo, kayong mga may nabibigatan, nahihirapan, at may mga pasanin na mabibigat, bibigyan ko kayo ng kapahingahan. These are Jesus' words of consolation, of comfort. In the recent studies that I have found on the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, especially among the youth, it is found that in the pre-pandemic levels compared with the 2021 survey, the rate of suicide among young people had gone up. And the reasons brought out according to the survey are the following: concerns or issues related to families at home, and also violence at home. The other factor is financial. And there are those who are who have pre-existing mental conditions. So these are the concerns. Very alarming was the rate of a slight increase of attempts and recorded deaths among young people. And when we look at this, we see a world faced with so much stress. And stress could be the source of suffering for many of us. And all of us, I suppose, have to go through stressful moments in life because of the factors that I mentioned earlier. At home, we know that home should be a place where people would be comfortable. Yun yung lugar kung saan meron tayong panahon o lugar para magpahinga, mag-relax. But at times, homes are no longer providing this. Perhaps because of certain considerations. Parents had to work hard. Most of the parents, they had to leave early at home and they go home late. So there is no more interaction between parents and children. And this had, I suppose, a negative impact on the way children are brought up, because it is to be taken into consideration that when you are bringing up children, your presence as a parent is important. That is why I noticed when I was school director for a good number of years, the children or even high school students, because I handled elementary and also high school, children tend to be problematic when they have a very unstable family background. And I noticed that, without really having studied this, but I noticed that the number of students who have problems at school in their academic performances and also in relationships with other students. And the number of bullying had gone up these past years. And perhaps the reason being is that there is something missing among our students, among our pupils. And sadly enough, because of absentee parents, some have to go abroad, most have to work together in order to support their families. So these are the realities. What suffers, dear brothers and sisters, because of these conditions are relationships. And relationships, when they are not really according to what is expected of families, they would result into stress, and stress could result into mental issues. It could also result into emotional imbalance. So I pray that the best solution really is for parents to find time to be with their children. Kung kulang man yun, it's time to really fill up the gaps. And the best solution really is from the Lord Himself. And what is that? Ano sabi ng Panginoon? Halika kayo, come. Come to me. If you are weary, you're tired, and you're carrying loads in life, and loads and weariness or tiredness could come from different sources, not only with what I mentioned. It could be work-related. It could be emotionally related, whatever. So the Lord does not make any particular listing of these concerns. He simply says, halika kayo, come. If you're weary, tired, and carrying loads, heavy burdens, I will carry them for you. My yoke is easy, my burden is light, and learn from me, for I am meek, humble of heart. It's time for us to listen really attentively to the words of Jesus. Pakinggan natin ito. And when we are at conditions like this or situations like this, we need to be distressed. The spelling is not D-I-S-T-R-E-S-S, but D-E-S-T-R-E-S-S, de-stress. And how can we do that? Prayer, trust, and developing a deep relationship with the Lord. And that is why it's important for us to go to Mass, to pray the Rosary, to offer devotions. But most of all, I must admit, I must recommend, spend time in adoration, in prayer. And remember the words of Jesus, come to me. If you are weary, tired, burdened, carrying loads so heavy, I will give you rest. Jesus, the divine healer,
Have mercy on us.